afternoon, friends. Welcome back to Teaching in Room 9, our region's largest classroom. My name is Julia. I'm a second grade teacher at the Soulard School, and here for Teaching in Room 9, my lessons focus on letters and sounds. Welcome back, learners. It is so good to be here with you today. As always, we love to see our learners following along with us at home. So if you'd like to follow along better with us today, go ahead and grab paper and something to write with and head right back. All right, friends, I can tell you're making your way back. And as always, we really love to see you following along with us. So if you'd ever like to have your grown-up take a picture or a video of you following along, you can post them online and hashtag 9PBS. All right, friends, we're going to start by doing our mindful moment exercise. This will get our bodies and our brains ready to learn. Today, we're going to take deep breaths together using our hand to guide our breathing. So go ahead and place your hand right in front of your face, just like this. And when you breathe in through your nose, you're going to use your other finger on your other hand and trace up your finger. And then as you breathe out through your mouth, trace back down the other side. And we're going to make our way all the way around our hand. All right, so go ahead and sit up straight and tall. Try to relax your muscles. And when you focus on tracing your hand, it will help your body to relax, reset, and focus only on your breathing. Okay, let's try it together, friends. Hand out here, get your pointer finger ready. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose. Mouth. Through your nose. Out through your mouth. In. Out. In. And out. Wow, great job, friends. I'm so proud of you. This can help you when you are starting to feel some of those bigger feelings. And if you need to, go ahead and do it again a second time. Let's take one last deep breath in through our nose and breathe out through your mouth. All right. Now that I know our bodies and our brains are ready to learn, let's take a minute to talk about getting ready to learn at school. We want to give ourselves all the right tools to be able to learn our best. We're going to start by reviewing some strategies that we've talked about together here so far. These are called red and green choices. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we're going to review some of the red and green choices we've talked about together so far and learn some new ones here together. All right, so say this with me, friends. I can make green choices. Good job. Green choices are really strong choices that will help you learn. Okay. I can ask others to play. This is one we've learned together so far. This friend is saying, do you want to play? It's a great way to be a buddy and make a new friend. I can throw my trash away. It's important to clean up after yourself. And I can recycle. This helps to take care of your classroom, but also help take care of our Mother Earth. A new one is, I can use my walking feet. This is really important when we're learning in a space together to help keep our bodies safe. I can trade. This is a good problem-solving solution when you might be in a disagreement or an argument with a friend. And then lastly, I can be a friend or buddy. It is so important to treat others with kindness and to try to make friends when you're learning together at school. Okay, let's review some of the red choices we've talked about together so far. One red choice we talked about was pushing or putting our hands on another. Another red choice we would never want to do is pulling hair. Again, it's important that you keep your hands to yourself and not put them on anybody else's body. And this one is teasing. It's important that we are not being unkind or using mean words. Some new ones are to spit. This one is so yucky. And it's important we don't do this, so we make sure we're keeping each other healthy and safe. This one is laugh at someone. I can see that this friend here has tears in their eyes, and this friend is trying to help that friend to feel better, while this friend over here is laughing at them. That is not very kind and doesn't make others feel good. Another thing we wouldn't want to do is to make someone feel sad on purpose. If you made them feel sad on accident or on purpose, it's important that you check in with that friend and make sure that they are okay. You can also say, I'm sorry if I'm hurting your feelings. All right, I'm going to stop sharing my screen, learners. Great job. Say this with me, friends. We can make smart choices. Good. We are in control of our body, our feelings, and our choices. You absolutely are, learners. You can do hard things, and it is important that we're making smart choices when we're learning at school. All right, now that we've prepared our bodies and our brains to learn, and we've reviewed tools to help us be successful when we're learning in school, now we're ready to learn. As I mentioned, we're here to talk about letters and sounds. In our time together before, we've practiced all of our letter sounds, and we practiced lots of skills to help us work with those letter sounds. We're going to look at sounds and patterns that we know to help us be better readers or writers. Today, our learning goal or objective is, you're going to say this with me, friends. I can. Yeah, good. Nice and loud. Segment. That means break apart. And map sounds in sight words. Great job, learners. So before we get going, we're going to warm up our brains. Go ahead and tickle your brain and really turn on that reading and writing brain of yours. And we're going to start with a word warm up to help us get going. And we're going to start with rhyming words. Rhyming words are words that have the same sounds. They have to end in the same way. Rhyming words have the same vowel sounds and the same sounds at the very end. Very good. I can tell some friends remember that one. I'm going to give you 2 words, learners. You're going to repeat those words or say them back to me. Then give me a thumbs up if those 2 words rhyme. If they do, shout out the rhyme, the part of the word that sounds the same, the vowel sound and the sound that comes after it. If they don't rhyme, give me a thumbs down. All right, let's practice, friends. Say the words cut, shut. Great job. Do those words rhyme? Yeah, they do rhyme. They both sound the same at the end, and the rhyme is ut. Very good. Let's try another one. Say the words test, best. Yeah, great job. Do those 2 words rhyme? Yeah, they sure do rhyme. And our rhyme in both of those words is est. Very good. Say the 2 words pond, treat. Yeah, good job. Do those words rhyme? Not even close. Let's try another one. Say the words hike, like. Great job. And do those 2 words rhyme? Yeah, they sure do rhyme. Ike is the rhyme in those words. Say the words raft, hunt. Good job. Do those two words rhyme? They do not rhyme. They do end with the same t sound, but the rest of the rhyme is not the same. So they don't rhyme. Say the words trail, whale. Yeah, do those two words rhyme? They do. Good job. And our rhyme is ale. Good. Again, that's the part of the word that sounds the same. Last ones. Say the words froze, fresh. Great job. And do those words rhyme? They do not rhyme. You might have noticed they start with the same beginning blend, fur, but the end of the word doesn't sound the same. So they're not rhyming words. Great job, friends. Now I'm going to say two words. You'll say them back to me and tell me just the very first or beginning sound that you hear. Let's practice. Say the two words, walk, wall. Yeah, and what's the beginning sound you hear? Wah, wah. Very good. Make sure you give me the sound, not the letter. Say the two words, pick, page. Great job. And what's the first sound in those two words? Very good. Say the words, red, rip. Good job. And first sound you hear? Very good. Say the two words, quilt, quail. Good job. And what's the first sound in those words? Qua, qua. Very good. Last one, friends. Say the words, silly, send. Yeah, good job. And the first sound in those words is? Good job. I'm so proud of you. If this is feeling tricky, that's okay. Stick with it. Practice will make progress. We'll get better together. Now, this time, I'm going to say a whole sentence. You are going to turn those listening ears all the way up. Really listen and tell me the very last sound in the sentence. You ready to try? Okay, ready? The sentence is, Pat got lost. What's the last sound you hear in that sentence? Yeah, if you said, you're absolutely right. Let's try another one. Liz sneezes. Yeah, and the last sound in that sentence? Zzz, very good. Sneezes. You hear it now. Jen can run. What's the last sound in that sentence? Yeah, if you said, you're right. Good job. Meg, hug Peg. What's the last sound you hear in that sentence? G, g. Good. That one comes to the back of our throats there. Here's the sentence. Wes likes Bess. What's the last sound? Very good. Two more, friends. Tom came home. Yeah, what's the last sound in the sentence? Very good. Last one. Fred had bread. And the last sound is d, d. Very good. I'm so proud of you, friends. In our time together so far, we've talked also about syllables. And if you remember, we said syllables are the beats in words. Syllables are built around a talking vowel, a vowel that we can hear. We did a song. Syllables are the beats in words. Syllables are built around a vowel. Vowels are A, E, I, O, U, and then sometimes Y. But you must hear the vowel, and each vowel gets a clap. Oh, syllables are the beats in words. Syllables are built around a vowel. Very good, friends. And then we really did look at all of our short vowel sounds. So we're going to look at this chart right here and review our short vowel sounds. Can you do this with me? Start with this one. A says ah, ah. My mouth is really wide. Ah, ah. My tongue is flat. Say this with me. E says eh, eh. My mouth closed a little bit. Eh, eh. My tongue is touching my bottom teeth right there. Our next one is, say it. I says eh, eh. Very good. My mouth closed again. Eh, eh. And my tongue is in the front of my mouth. Together, O says ah, ah. Wow, my mouth really open wide like an O. Ah, ah. And my tongue is flat. Last one, U says Okay, so my mouth closed on that one. My tongue relaxed. Very good, learners. And then we looked at all of our consonants. So we're gonna look at our consonant word wall, or I'm sorry, our consonant sound wall, and then we will look at mapping some of our sight words. So I'm gonna share my screen again, learners. Okay, so you can see here, it says our consonant sound wall. We started with I say, you say, stops. Good. Stops are made because they stop when we say them. We push the sound out with one quick breath. Review these ones with me, friends. B says b, b. See how you really push it out with one quick breath. Okay, this one here. T says t, t. That one is right in the front by our teeth. Then these two here, C and K, make the k, k sound. Can you do that? K, k. Very good. Then we have P says p, p. Kind of makes that popping sound right in the front of your mouth. P. And then here, D says d, d. Can you do that? D. Very good. This one here. G says g, g. Yeah, that's a short stop and it comes from the back of our throat there. Then right down here, learners, we have our nasals. Can you do that? Touch your nose. Nasals. Yeah, you can even feel it in your nose. That's why they are called nasals. We have the letter N. Touch your nose while you say the letter sound. Very good. My tongue is behind my top teeth. And I can feel it in my nose. And then you have M says very similar sounds, but here my lips are closed. Touch your nose. Very good. Then you have R. Can you do that with me? R says These are called liquids because liquid sounds float in your mouth. Try it with me. R says My tongue is kind of floating in my mouth. Now this one. L says oh. Very good, but our sounds are going on and on. I say, you say, affricates. Good job, learners. That's a big word. These are a stop sound, and our mouth is blocking the sound. And here this one is J says J, J. Good. It's a quick breath out, but my mouth is kind of closed, so it's blocking the sound J. Okay. Now let's look at the second page here. Good. All right, learners, I say, you say fricatives. I love saying that word because it's so much fun to say. Fricatives. These sounds, our mouth is stopping the sound again, but the sounds go on and on. This one is F says So my bottom lip is almost like underneath my top teeth. And that sound is going on and on. It's a very breathy sound. Then you have, here it is. V says, that one's so fun and it really tickles your lip, made with a similar mouth pattern there as the, but instead it's more voiced. Very good. Then you have here, S says, S. I like this one. It makes you sound like you're a slithery snake. S. Very good. I can tell you're saying your consonant sounds really nicely with me at home. Do this one with me. H says, I also like to do this to remind my friends, it's kind of like you're blowing hot air under your hands. Good. And then here, friends, Z says, zzz. My teeth are like almost all the way closed. Zzz. And you make that kind of vibrating sound. It really tickles your mouth. And down here we have glides, glides, glide in your mouth like they're going down a slide. Say this one with me. Y says, yeah, yeah. See how my mouth even kind of opens up like I'm going down a slide? Yeah, yeah. Very good. And then this one here, W says, wah. Same thing, wah. You can really feel it sliding out, wah. Very good. And then we have our extras as well. Extras, because they don't really follow the typical rules. Q and U always come together and they say, qua, qua. Very good. Can you do that? Qua. Good. And then lastly, X is one of our only consonants that makes two sounds. Good. Now blend it together a little better. Good job. You can hear both of those sounds. Very good. You did such a great job with your consonants, friends. Now let's look at some of the sight words and mapping them that we looked at together before. Okay. So these are our Elkonin boxes. They help us to map the sounds in words. All right, there we go. Perfect. And some of the words we looked at together so far were the sight words, I, and you can write these along with me at home, learners. I, when it is all by itself, it gets a capital letter, touch the sound, I, and it makes its long vowel sound. So it is saying its name. Very good. Then we looked at the sound am, or the word with the sounds am, there's my short A sound. Good. Touch your sounds. Blend it. Am. I am so proud of you. You're doing such a good job. I hope you're writing these along with me at home. We did the words I and then am. Now we have the word the, like the book. Now the is made, your first sound here is V. T and H can sometimes come together to make two different sounds. And one of them is that V voiced sound, but we're not so used to this sound just yet. So I'm gonna put a heart above it for us to remember it. And then it ends with and it's the letter E making that lazy short U sound. So again, we're not used to E making that sound, so it gets a heart above it. Okay. We put hearts above sounds or sounds that come together that we need to remember by heart because they don't always follow the normal pattern. Touch your sounds. Blend it. The. Very good. And then we did the word a or like I need a book or a pencil. So that is the letter A all by itself. But again, we're not used to A making that sound. So it gets a heart. Writing this with me at home, touch your sound. Very good. Now we're going to do the word he. is what letter makes that sound? Yeah, H says, and now he has that E sound after it. Now we're used to E making the short E sound, and this one is making a long vowel sound. So we're gonna put a heart above it to remember it. Okay, touch your sounds. E, lend it, he. Very good. Now I'm gonna even just leave my E here. And we're gonna switch out the first sound to sh for the word she. That sh sound is SH coming together. Since we haven't learned that so much together yet, that gets a heart too. So SH says sh, E says E, sh, E, blend it, she. Very good. Now, again, I'm gonna leave my E. We're gonna put in the sound B, B. What letter sound makes that sound? Or what letter name? B. Yeah, if you said B says B, B, you're absolutely right. Touch your sounds, B, E, blend it, B. And this is B, not like a bzz, but a B like I will be so happy for you. All right, and the last one here, friends, change your B to W, W. Okay, what letter sound is that? What letter name? W. W says W. Very good. I'm so proud of you. W. E. Blend it. We. All right, I'll stop sharing my screen. I am so proud of you, learners. We did our 5-finger breathing together. We reviewed syllables, short vowel sounds, our consonant sound wall, and mapping and stretching out sight words. Kiss your brains, learners. I'm so proud of you. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Teaching in Room 9 is made possible with support of Bank of America, Dana Brown Charitable Trust, Emerson, and viewers like you.